Orange County is one of the most vivid examples of how climate change and inequality collides. It's one of the powerhouses for the California economy and sits at the center of one of the wealthiest regions in the United States. Today, we're going to delve into Orange County's coast and explore how it transforms the community. This is episode 5 of Carbon Narratives, Who's Shore? Picture two people. Both of them are heading to the coast on a Saturday afternoon. The first person lives on Balboa Island's Newport Beach, which is a harborside community surrounded by ferries and several public docks. When she walks out the front door, she's already right above the ocean. The beach is easily accessible. The second person works in a hotel kitchen in Newport Beach. He takes a bus from Santa Ana, spends hours commuting. He's not always sure which beach charges for parking. Orange County draws roughly 48 million visitors a year and generates over $11 billion in economic activity, as shown by OC Parks data. The coast is the economic lifeblood of the entire county, yet those who work to drive the numbers on financial reports do not enjoy the benefits that come with working around the coastal community. And climate change is making this worse at an unexpected speed. As sea level rises, beaches continue to shrink, according to California Ocean Protection Council's 2024 sea level rise guidance. Sea levels along the coast could rise between 1.6 to 3.1 feet by 2100. Every single inch of sea level rise translates to 8 to 10 feet of beach loss, according to Cal Matters. This data means that at 4-foot rise, nearly 400 feet of coastal beach will be gone. And OC Habitat's research projects that between 24% and 75% of Southern California's beaches could be permanently lost by 2100. Huntington Beach, one of the most iconic stretches for shoreline in the country, is already ranked the second most vulnerable city to sea level rise in all of California. The OC Parks South Orange County Coastal Resilience Strategic Plan, a formal governmental document, warns that just 1.6 feet of sea level rise, Baby Beach and Dana Points could lose 50 feet of shoreline during high tides. Over half the oceanfront homes faces seasonal erosion damage. Therefore, the shore is literally shrinking. Here's why climate justice comes in. The ways we're responding to this disappearing beach is making the inequality even worse. When a wealthy homeowner living by the sea watches the beach right outside their home slowly erodes, they have solutions. They can build a seawall, which is a hard concrete or rock barrier that protects properties from tide erosion. These structures are common in the OC coast. Newport Beach alone is looking at roughly $500 million to replace aging seawalls protecting Balboa Island. The problem is what seawalls actually do to public beaches. As folders reporting on California's shrinking shores explains, a seawall creates a hard backstop at the edge of private property. As the ocean rises, the sand in front of the walls, the public beach, gets squeezed between the climbing water lines and the immovable wall until there's nothing left. The house is saved, but the beach disappears. Coastal scientists call this coastal squeeze. The California Coastal Commission had called the long-term outcome of seawall projects insidious. In a case from Pismo Beach, the Commission ruled that a seawall originally permitted in 2003 had encroached on public trust land as tideline migrated, and charged the homeowner $1.3 million mitigation fee just for the right to rebuild it. This means that keeping that wall in place could prevent the public from accessing the shoreline that otherwise would have been public commons. And Georgetown Environmental Law Reviews noted that if courts rule homeowners have an automatic right to seawalls, California will face a wave of lawsuits, and the state's beaches could effectively be privatized. The equity issue here goes deeper than its beach width, as it's about who gets resourced in the adaptation response at all. The California Ocean Protection Council's own equity work acknowledges this directly. They've specifically founded technical assistance for environmental justice communities applying for sea level rise adaptation grants, precisely because those communities have been historically excluded from the planning process. And the Free the Beach research from Stanford at the Center of Law in the Public Trust is explicit. The disproportionate exclusion of low-income communities of colors from California's coast is not an accident of the free market. is the product of a century of deliberate policy. Racially restrictive housing covenants, redlining that prevented communities of colors from buying coastal property, zoning that placed parks where wealthy white communities lived and industries where they didn't. The California Constitution says the beach belongs to everyone, but the architecture of who gets to stay there tells a different story. Climate change is not destroying the coast equally. It's destroying it along the same lines it has always had: race and class. This is Jason, and you've been listening to Carbon Narratives.